As of 2026, 7 music artists have reached billionaire status, and Jay-Z leads that list at $2.8 billion. The music made him famous. The ownership made him rich. The timing made him a billionaire. This is the billionaire life of Jay-Z. Jay-Z was born Sean Carter in Brooklyn, New York, in December 1969. He grew up in the Marcy Houses, a 1705 apartment public housing complex in Bedford-Stuyvesant. And right there, in one of the most dangerous zip codes in the city, the blueprint for a $2 billion empire was being written, except nobody knew it yet. The neighborhood was so dangerous, it eventually required shutdown. His father, Adonis Reeves, left the family when Jay-Z was 11 years old. That's the starting point. No father in the house, concrete walls on all sides, and a city that wasn't exactly handing out opportunities to kids from the Marcy Houses. So he turned to the streets. Carter turned to the street economy. He has spoken openly about dealing drugs as a teenager, an experience that would later inform both his lyrical content and his business instincts for reading markets, managing risk, and understanding leverage. Think about that for a second. The very instincts that would one day help him negotiate a $750 million deal with Bacardi were being sharpened on the corners of Bed-Stuy. The hustle was always there. The arena just changed. He tested at a 12th grade reading level in 6th grade. His classmates at George Westinghouse High School included future rap legends, Notorious B.I.G. and Busta Rhymes. This wasn't a room of underachievers. This was a room full of future icons. And Carter was already the sharpest mind in it. Music became the exit. Carter developed his interest in music thanks to his mother, who bought him a boombox for his birthday. He subsequently began writing lyrics and freestyling and appeared on some tracks by other hip-hop artists. But Jay-Z wasn't just trying to rap his way out of Brooklyn. He was trying to own his way out. Jay-Z co-founded the independent label Roc-A-Fella Records in 1995 with Damon Dash and Kareem Burke. He was then able to get a distribution deal with Priority Records, leading to the release of his debut studio album in 1996, Reasonable Doubt. That move right there, starting his own label rather than signing somewhere, and giving away his power, was not a music decision. It was a business decision disguised as a music decision, and it set the tone for everything that followed. The follow-up, 1998's Vol. 2 Hard Knock Life, was even more commercially successful, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 and spawning one of his biggest hit singles, Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem. The album sales were stacking, the reputation was growing, but Carter's eyes were already drifting past the music charts. By 2004, Jay-Z had been named president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings, a deal that allowed him to reclaim his master recordings and secure his publishing rights. Now, he wasn't just an artist, he wasn't just a label head. He was the man running the machine. Most artists spend careers chasing hit records. Jay-Z spent his chasing ownership of the infrastructure that makes hit records profitable. He had built and sold his clothing line, Rocawear, to Iconic's brand group for $204 million in cash. He had finished a highly lucrative run as the president of Def Jam Recordings, where he signed Rihanna. Signing Rihanna, that detail alone shows you how far his reach extended, because Rihanna would go on to become a billionaire in her own right. The man has a habit of touching things that turn to gold. His music catalog is worth approximately $95 million. That figure represents less than 4% of his total net worth. He owns both his masters and publishing rights, but the catalog is a footnote in a portfolio that reads like the holdings of a mid-market private equity firm. Let that land. The music, the thing that made him a global star, the thing that put his face on magazine covers and his voice on every radio station on the planet, accounts for less than 4% of what he's actually worth. That's the entire story of Jay-Z's billionaire life in one stat. He earns about $5 million per year from his master recordings and publishing rights. $5 million a year just from the music catalog while he sleeps. But that's the rounding error. The real money was always somewhere else, and he was already building it while everyone else was focused on the rap career. Celebrity Net Worth first began tracking his net worth in September 2009. At the time, he had a net worth of $300 million. $300 million, and he was just getting started. By September 2012, his net worth had jumped to $475 million. He crossed the $500 million mark for the first time in 2013. By 2015, he topped $600 million. Year after year, the number kept climbing. Not because of record sales, but because of a man who understood one principle better than anyone in his industry. Own the thing, don't just promote it. Here's where the money got serious. By the time the mid-2010s rolled around, Jay-Z had already cashed out on Rocawear, run Def Jam, and built Roc Nation from scratch. But the moves that would push him past the billion-dollar mark, and then double that, weren't coming from any of those plays. They were coming from two bottles, one gold, one cognac brown. He first made waves in the spirits market when he partnered with the French champagne brand Armand de Brignac, also known as Ace of Spades. Now, most celebrities who get involved in alcohol brands sign an endorsement deal. They put their face on the bottle, collect a check, and call it a day. Jay-Z doesn't do that. He didn't sign an endorsement contract with the brand, he bought it. Produced by the historic Cartier family in France's Montagne de Reims region, Armand de Brignac quickly became a symbol of status and craftsmanship, known for its signature gold bottles and meticulous production process. The bottle itself was already a piece of art, but art doesn't become a $640 million asset on its own. That takes strategy. He acquired Ace of Spades in 2014 and used his cultural platform to position it as hip-hop's luxury standard, not through paid placement, but through organic association. Think about the power of that. Every time Ace of Spades appeared in a music video, every time it showed up at an event or on a table in VIP, it wasn't advertising. It was culture. And culture is worth far more than any advertising spend. He didn't flip Armand de Brignac quickly. He spent years making it the aspirational standard of a cultural movement before approaching LVMH. 7 years of patience, 7 years of building, and then he picked up the phone to the world's most powerful luxury conglomerate. In 2021, Jay-Z sold a 50% stake in Ace of Spades to LVMH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, for an undisclosed amount, but the deal valued the brand at around $640 million. He netted approximately $315 million while keeping half the brand. He sold a piece of the company, pocketed hundreds of millions, and still owned 50% of the asset that LVMH was now distributing globally. That's not a sale. That's a strategic partnership where Jay-Z won. LVMH doesn't acquire underperforming assets. Its involvement signals that the brand has achieved durable luxury status. When the world's most prestigious luxury house comes to your table, the valuation conversation changes permanently. Now, if Ace of Spades was smooth and elegant, the Doucet story was a full-contact sport. In 2012, Jay-Z partnered with Bacardi to launch Doucet. As a true 50-50 joint venture, Jay handled branding and cultural cachet. Bacardi handled production and global distribution. It was a rare deal where the celebrity wasn't just the face, he was an equal owner, and it worked. Doucet quickly became one of the fastest-growing premium cognacs in the world, fueled by relentless promotion and strong double-digit growth. The brand took off. And as it grew, so did the disagreement over what it was actually worth. Now, the sports piece deserves its own moment because it illustrates exactly how Jay-Z operates. Jay purchased a small stake in the Nets back in January 2004 for $1 million. He helped orchestrate the team's move from New Jersey to Brooklyn with majority owner Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov. He bought his way into an NBA franchise for $1 million, then played a central role in bringing the team to his hometown. Brooklyn Nets, his neighborhood, his team. By the time he sold his stake in the team, he had also bought a minority stake in the Barclays Center Arena. He had to sell the stake in the team for $2.35 million when he launched Roc Nation Sports. He was required to sell his stake in the team due to conflict of interest rules in the NBA, but he was allowed to keep his stake in the arena. So he turned a $1 million entry into a $235 million exit, kept the arena stake, and used the whole situation to launch the sports management division that would go on to represent over 100 athletes worldwide. A $25 million deal between Roc Nation and the NFL was first disclosed in 2019. Although that first contract was only set for 5 years, the NFL declared it would be extending it. According to the agreement, Jay and his Roc Nation would serve as the official live music entertainment strategists for the football team. Official live music entertainment strategists for the NFL. Let that title sink in. The National Football League, the most valuable sports property in the world, handed Jay-Z the keys to their entertainment programming. Jay-Z's entertainment juggernaut Roc Nation brought Kendrick Lamar to the Apple Music 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, the most watched television event in the United States, and the person deciding who performs it is a kid from the Marcy houses. What Roc Nation gives Jay-Z that no investment fund can is strategic leverage. When he wants into a deal, Roc Nation relationships open doors. When he wants to amplify a brand, the artist and athlete roster amplifies it. That's the compounding effect of building a platform versus just collecting checks. Every relationship feeds every other relationship. Every deal unlocks the next one. Jay believes in people beyond the recording booth. He signed Rihanna back in 2005, and she is now a billionaire herself. Savage X Fenty is still co-owned by Rihanna and a group of investors that includes luxury goods, giant LVMH, and Jay-Z's Marcy Venture Partners. The brand is valued at $3 billion. He signed Rihanna, watched her become a billionaire, and is now a co-owner of her $3 billion lingerie brand. If that isn't the definition of making the right bets on the right people, nothing is. The Spirits and the entertainment company got the headlines. But while everyone was watching those moves, Jay-Z was quietly placing bets in tech and venture capital. That would compound just as dramatically, and in some cases, completely fly under the radar until the exits landed. Start with Uber. In 2011, he bought a $2 million stake in Uber, long before the company became a tech giant. His early investment proved lucrative, as that stake is now valued at over $70 million. $2 million into Uber in 2011. That was an early bet on a company that was still explaining to investors what ride-sharing meant. The Uber investment wasn't purely analysis. It was a small bet on a team that believed they were rewriting urban transportation. 35 times your money back. That's what backing the right people at the right time looks like. Then there was Tidal. And this one is a masterclass in how to win even when something doesn't go according to plan. Jay-Z bought the Scandinavian music streaming service Tidal in 2015 for $56 million. He launched it as an artist-friendly platform in a partnership with Beyoncé, Rihanna, Kanye West, Madonna, Alicia Keys, Calvin Harris, Chris Martin, and others. The idea was bold: a streaming service owned by artists, for artists, that paid more per stream and offered exclusive content. It was a direct challenge to Spotify's dominance. The common story told about Tidal is that it failed, and in terms of competing with Spotify on subscriber numbers, that's not entirely wrong. But here's what the scoreboard doesn't show. He sold an 80% majority stake in Tidal to Jack Dorsey's financial tech company, Square, now Block Inc. Square paid just over $302 million for the stake. Jay-Z had taken a distressed asset he bought for $56 million, successfully kept it afloat on cultural relevance alone, and flipped it for a massive exit while securing a seat on Square's board of directors. He bought it for $56 million. He sold the majority for $302 million. Tidal wasn't a loss because it beat Spotify. It was a win because Jay-Z understood it as an asset to be sold, not a streaming platform to be operated forever. The exit was always the strategy. He just had to get to the right buyer at the right moment, and Jack Dorsey turned out to be exactly that. Jay-Z's foray into the tech industry also includes a lucrative stake in Block, formerly Square, the digital payment company founded by Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey. His investment paid off in 2021 when he sold a majority stake in Tidal to Block, receiving $297 million in cash and stock. Cash and stock. So when Block stock was performing, the title deal kept compounding in value beyond just the cash payout. Then there's Marcy Venture Partners, the venture capital firm that takes Jay-Z's investment mindset and turns it into a formal institution. Jay-Z's investment ambitions took shape in 2018 with the launch of Marcy Venture Partners, a firm he co-founded with Jay Brown and Larry Marcus to back culturally influential and innovative businesses. The firm recently merged with Pendulum Holdings to form Marcy Penn Capital Partners, now managing over $1 billion in assets. Over $1 billion in assets, under the management of a firm that didn't exist before 2018. The trio's mission is to drive the consumer and mass market to allow culture to transcend across products, services, media, and technology. Marcy Venture Partners prides itself in filling its portfolio with companies that are run by minorities and women pushing forward its key values, which include empowerment, inclusivity, and accessibility. Marcy Venture Partners has made investments in a number of digital startups such as Bitski, an NFT marketplace, and Slabs, a company that develops spatial computing. Jay-Z also launched Monogram, a cannabis company, in 2020, in partnership with Kaliva, where he is the brand's chief brand strategist. Monogram sells flower and pre-rolled joints. Along with having his own brand, Jay invested in the cannabis payment company FlowHub, cannabis, NFTs, spatial computing, ride-sharing, music streaming, luxury spirits. He diversified across uncorrelated categories. Spirits, streaming, venture capital, real estate, and art don't move together. Losing one deal doesn't threaten the others. That's not just wealth. That's fortress wealth, the kind that survives recessions, industry shifts, and bad years in any single market. These staggering yet diverse figures indicate how far ahead Jay-Z's strategic foresight has taken him from his contemporaries. Dr. Dre sits at around $500 million, Kanye West at $400 million, Jay-Z at $2.5 billion and climbing. The gap between him and the next rapper isn't a gap, it's a canyon. So what does $2.5 billion actually look like on a day-to-day basis? What does the billionaire life of Jay-Z actually look like when the deals are done and the doors close? It looks like this. In May 2023, the couple shattered California real estate records with their $190 million purchase of a sprawling minimalist mansion on an 8-acre bluff above Malibu's exclusive Paradise Cove, eclipsing the venture capitalist Mark Andreessen's $177 million Malibu buy in 2021. The most expensive home ever sold in California. And they beat out a Silicon Valley venture capitalist to do it. The 40-square-foot concrete compound, more sculpture than traditional home, was designed by Tadao Ando, the same starchitect behind Kanye West's former brutalist bachelor pad. The museum-like home features Ando's signature blend of raw concrete, glass, and light, with vast floor-to-ceiling windows and serene infinity pools, along with private beach access and sweeping Pacific Ocean views. 40,000 square feet, private beach access, 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and a basketball court on a bluff above the Pacific Ocean. The residence was originally commissioned by prolific art collectors William and Maria Bell and took more than 15 years to complete. It was quietly shopped off market for $295 million before the Carters came along. The sellers wanted $295 million. Jay-Z and Beyoncé paid around $200 million. Even when buying the most expensive home in California, Carter negotiated. In December 2024, California's catastrophic wildfires came dangerously close to their record-breaking mansion, forcing Jay-Z and Beyoncé to temporarily evacuate. Fortunately, the house was saved. A $200 million home threatened by wildfire, and it survived. The Carters have that kind of luck, or maybe that kind of intention. But Malibu isn't the only address. The home is the couple's second massive real estate purchase in the Los Angeles area. Back in 2017, they purchased a Bel Air mansion for $88 million and pumped millions more into the home to push it over the $100 million mark. In August 2017, Jay-Z and Beyoncé also purchased the pond house on Georgica Pond in the Hamptons. The price was $25.925 million, a significant discount from its 2009 asking price of $39.5 million, again negotiated down. Even in the Hamptons, the 12,000-square-foot Hamptons mansion sits on 2 elevated acres and features 203 feet of direct water frontage. Inside, there are 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. The floors feature Parquet de Versailles. The bathtubs are hand-carved heated marble sourced from Verona, and 18th-century French fireplaces anchor the main rooms. Hand-carved heated marble from Verona, in a house he bought at a discount. Overall, Jay-Z and Beyoncé own an estimated $350 million worth of real estate in the United States. $350 million in property alone. That's more than most rappers will earn in their entire careers. And it's just the real estate line item on Jay-Z's balance sheet. Then there's the art. His art collection is estimated to be worth a cool $70 million, featuring pieces including Jean-Michel Basquiat's Mecca, worth an estimated $4.5 million alone. Jay-Z is credited with actually raising the late artist's stock significantly and introducing whole new generations to his socially conscious works. He didn't just buy Basquiat paintings, he drove up their value. He brought Basquiat into a new cultural conversation, and in doing so, made his own collection worth more. Even his art collection is a business move. His art collection, which includes works by Jean-Michel Basquiat, is valued at approximately $70 million. $70 million in art hanging on the walls of homes that together are worth $350 million, connected by a business empire that generates over $100 million a year. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have a combined net worth of $3.8 billion. The Carter household is the most financially powerful family unit in the history of popular music, and the trajectory only points one direction. Here's what the scoreboard looks like in full. Per Forbes, Jay-Z's net worth is estimated to be $2.5 billion as of January 2026. As of March 2026, 7 music artists have reached billionaire status, and Jay-Z leads that list. His wealth surpasses the estates of Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and Elvis Presley combined. Michael Jackson, the Beatles, Elvis Presley combined. That sentence should not be possible for a rapper from a public housing project in Brooklyn who couldn't get a record deal in the mid-90s. And yet, every major wealth event in Jay-Z's timeline involves selling an asset he built or acquired at a steep premium. Not one involves a record sale, a streaming check, or a concert receipt. The music was never the product. The music was the credibility. The credibility was the leverage. And the leverage was the billions. His approach to ownership traces back to his early career, when he co-founded Rockefeller Records after struggling to secure a traditional deal. That independent mindset later became a blueprint for artists seeking equity instead of simple endorsement checks. What Jay-Z built isn't just a personal fortune, it's a template, a proof of concept that a kid from nowhere with nothing but the hustle and the vision can become the wealthiest musician alive. Not by being the most talented, but by understanding one thing above all others: own the thing. Jay-Z's wealth story isn't about the numbers. It's about the sequence of decisions that turned a rapper who couldn't get a record deal into the most successful entrepreneur in music history. From apartment 5C in the Marcy houses, to the most expensive home in California, to a $2.5 billion empire that stretches from champagne houses in France to Super Bowl halftime stages to tech company boardrooms. That's the billionaire life of